Hello, folks. Well, I was just thinking about the coincidence or incompetence theory, because there's two sorts of theories, isn't there? There's oh, well, they're just incompetent, that's why it happened. Oh, it's just a coincidence, that's why it happened. And then of course you got them crazy people who believe in conspiracies. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's the other sort of theory, isn't it, eh? And we've got this swine flu. Well, that's what they're calling it anyway. But must be, right? Because that's what the media tell us, so it's got to be, innit? It started off in Mexico. And you hear people in sort of the southern United States getting a bit complaining because all them illegal immigrants was coming across the border what wasn't secured. I mean, they're securing Iraq and Afghanistan, but they ain't securing the southern border between Mexico and the United States. Anyway, that's to the side. So all these immigrants is coming across into the United States. They're all of Mexican extraction, aren't they? Yeah, and they're getting free healthcare, right? Now, of course, when you give medication to people and do stuff for healthcare stuff, you might have to take a few samples, mightn't you? Now, I'm only, I think I'm probably on one of the conspiracy theory sort of things here, but of course, if you was trying to create a race-specific bioweapon, you'd have to look for race-specific things, wouldn't you? And it's funny it started off in, sort of seems to appear to have started off in Mexico, doesn't it? That's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, and you're saying, well, come on, Dave, you're stretching a point here, aren't we? Well, yeah, and then there was that test what they did in Poland, and of course they tested it on homeless people. Well, I suppose they don't matter, do they? Nobody will miss them, will they? And 21 of them died, didn't they? Because it is, I think it was some flu vaccine or something. And you start to put all these things together, and then you look at, like, for example, the fact that there was that contamination of the live flu virus in a vaccine that luckily some nice folks in the Czech Republic went, oh, is this supposed to be in this one? So otherwise we would have had, take your vaccine, it's the flu season. Oh look, they've all gone down with bird flu. Oh, well, it must, how did that happen then? Yeah, and of course you've got the lovely nice bit of cover there, haven't you, when people do get the flu vaccine and then they go down with flu, and then it's, oh well, it must have been a different strain. Yeah, so you could, if there was a live flu virus in a flu vaccine and people went down with the flu, you could always say, oh well, it must have been a different strain. I suppose there's probably tests you could do, so that would probably be a little bit, they have to be a little careful on that one, I suppose, wouldn't they? But mind you, it depends who's doing the test, doesn't it? I suppose, really. So, we better not mention that. Otherwise, all the other vaccination programs people would run away from. So you'd have complicit, you'd have people in not for bad reasons, but they'd be perhaps for good reasons, thinking, oh well, that must have just been an accident, and if we let that cat out of that bag, then people wouldn't want vaccines, and then we'd have a problem with persuading people to have vaccines and stuff like that. So you might not have, what I'm saying is, you might not have necessarily all the people involved in it being nasty people. It might just be one or two people, but you'd have other people that was good people, well-meaning, that will perhaps do things for well-meaning reasons, which would assist the nasty people to keep a lid on something what they'd done what was not really quite proper. and you might say, well, why would they want to do this? I mean, you get a lot of sick people after a vaccination thing. That wouldn't be. I mean, how's that going to benefit anybody? Well, I suppose it might benefit the pharmaceutical industry, mightn't it? What do they give to sick people? Oh, let me think. Oh, pharmaceuticals. Oh yeah. Oh, and then it must have, oh yeah. Anyway, so you can see out from just a financial point of view, and they're saying with this swine, well, call it swine flu outbreak, they're saying, oh, we're working on a vaccine for that. We've got a vaccine for that. Ching 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 ching. And it's a nice coincidence as well, isn't it? A financial crisis, and then you get everybody not worrying so much about how that's come about, because they're all worried about, oh, I might get this swine flu, oh, it's killed people, oh, panic, panic, oh, don't bother me with whatever's going on, I don't care about the financial crisis, I'm just worried about this swine flu thing. And then of course you look at some of the companies what is involved with all these pharmaceuticals, and it's sort of kind of, you think, hold on, well as far as I know, I might be wrong, but one of them was owned by another one, what was one of the companies what owned IG Auschwitz, what was an IG Farben company, which was one of the major funders of a certain nasty party. I think that's how you say it anyway. So I mean, okay, I know I'm sort of going into this conspiracy theory here rather than the coincidence incompetence theory, but it's funny, isn't it? I mean, oh dear. We got rumbled in Europe. Them nice Czech people found out where else can we? Oh yeah, where else have we got on our list? Oh, Mexico. That's in a bit of chaos at the moment, isn't it? Oh yeah, that'd be nice that we can go there and do a few things, and they won't suss it there, will they? Hey, cool, yeah. That'll solve the problem of the yeah. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, I might be, as I say, I'll probably putting 3 and 7 together and making 25, but it's funny, isn't it? And we've got the Feast of Beltane coming up. Oh, that's nice timing as well, isn't it, eh? 1st of May, a bit of occult stuff. Whoa, because allegedly certain elite folks are into all that occult stuff, aren't they? And I'm on another conspiracy theory here. Oh, full of them. No, it's just a coincidence that some of the elite people do things on certain days of the week with a certain number in them and all that sort of stuff. I mean, we've all heard about Ronald Reagan and his oh, what's on the cards? the old astrological type stuff, innit? But well, and there is I suppose there is a certain thing to that, isn't there? Because you've got ladies every certain time of the month, and it tends to coincide with the lunar cycles, doesn't it? So maybe it's not so daft, but yeah. And then you've got the tides and all that sort of stuff. So and that affects us, doesn't it? Because you don't launch your boat if the tide's out. So the lunar cycle or the effects of the moon on the earth do affect what we do, don't they? I mean, you don't launch your boat if the tide's right out, do you? Because it won't go anywhere, will it? You wait till the tide comes in. And same with the ladies with their periods, innit? All related to that. So maybe all this, because people poo-poo some of this stuff, don't they? But maybe there is, it's all one thing leads to another. Yeah, and so maybe all these coincidence incompetence theories, maybe they are. There is a reason for them. Maybe they're not. Maybe the conspiracy theories is not quite so. Anyway, just a few thoughts there. Cheers for now.